think it's more of intention getting. We've heard a lot about our old comrade Bill Dundee around the territory. We know several weeks ago he was right here and tried to take over the show, and doggone near did it as he kept imposing himself on everything that was happening. I also have heard about incidences around the territory, one of them up in Louisville, where he got into a locker room situation. And let's take a look now at this tape that we have on.
If you will just do your job and be a man and walk out and talk to that whole busload of people who want and believe in Bill Dundee being here and believe they're just right out in the parking lot. If you'll just walk out and talk to them with me, if you don't believe what they're saying, Randy, I'll just get in the bus with them and drive away. And I won't cause you any more trouble. Just give me 2 minutes of your time, please.
You know, I want to know what the wrestling fans...
Well, I want to know what the wrestling fans are. She's talking about a busload of fans being out there. And Samantha has been here. She is a wrestler. She's been here as a valet. And there she goes out back. She is here, she says, today as a fan and a particular fan of Bill Dundee. We've got a lot of respect for Bill. We didn't respect the way he came in and tried to interrupt the show. There she goes out with Randy.
Now that is ridiculous.
And no busload. There's Bill Dundee.
No, I've
Randy Hales seeing no busload of fans that... to watch.
You know, Dave, it's a situation where I normally don't like to conduct wrestling business here in the studio on TV. The best place to do it is, of course, in the office or in the dressing room. But Bill Dundee has put me in a situation where I feel I have no other choice. He's been interrupting, as you said, showing up at our towns, interrupting our television. So yesterday actually, Dave, I called Bill and asked him to come to this TV station today. I'd like to call him out today, but first of all, I've made it clear with him, if he puts his hands on me, Lance, Corey, you, any of the staff of the USWA, I will have him arrested, but I'd like for him to come out today.
All right, well, here he comes. All right, Bill, just keep in mind the ground rules here. No attacking him or anybody else around.
Well, if this gentleman says something that I don't like, and I'd like to know why you got me out here on television to talk to me, why didn't you tell me on the telephone, I asked you? But if you say something I don't like, I'm going to have this young lady knock you out. You're right, I ain't going to put my hands on you.
Bill, you made it a public situation by coming in airing dirty laundry on this television show. That's why I called you out. That's why I didn't tell you on the phone. Here's the situation. Dave, you know, sometimes with decision I get a little hard-headed. Yes, last week when I said you would never work for this company again, I meant it. However, you've been coming out everywhere, Bill, and causing trouble. Jerry Lawler came to me, Brian Christopher came to me, Jesse James Armstrong, the different wrestlers said, you put in a situation where Dundee's coming out saying that everybody's being protected, and then by not hiring you back, that's exactly what it looks like. Well, I have not protected anybody, and I'm here to tell you right now, Bill, that you're reinstated, and then we'll give the opportunity.
If you're not the friend around here, you can't work here. Dave Brown, he's just a 50, so he got to be here. Corey, you hired him just because you like him, and you brought old Bag of Bones back because you like him, too. So don't tell me if it ain't your friend, you can't work here. I'm about the only guy here that don't particularly care for you. But I'll say this for you, punks. You made a real good choice today. You hired the best wrestler in the world, brother, so put it right there.
Okay. Thank you very much, Randy. I'm not sure I agree with the decision, but I understand it. We'll be back in just a moment. Thank you, Bill.
To the ring in just a moment, Corey. Before we get to it, one of the participants of the action will be coming out here, or at least one of the units. That's the tag team, the USWA Tag Team Champions, Wildfire Tommy Rich.
Good. Life is good.
Dangerous Doug Gilbert. They hold the titles, and they're in the catbird seat.
Well, you know what it amounts to, Lance. It's just like Dangerous Doug Gilbert and the Wildfire said. We said we'd beat anything WWF sent to us. We beat them. We said anything Randy Hales, the USWA, could bring to us, we beat them. Well, then it comes down that we wrestle USWA's best, PG-13. It comes down to a big feud, loser leave town. Well, who's standing here, Lance Russell?
You won it. Hey.
Ain't that right, banana
That's
nose?
right. What else can we say? I mean,
It is all good, ain't it, Lance? Ain't it?
You know, as Tommy said, we are in a good mood today. We're happier than a drunken Indian on payday. Because you see, a lot of guys come out here and they say, I'm going to cut so-and-so's hair. I'm going to run so-and-so out of town. But when you look at Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert, these are two guys that always cross the finish line. You understand what I'm saying? We told everyone we were going to run PG-13 out of town. And what happened? Last time we saw those two idiots, they were in front of the Greyhound bus station holding a little sign saying, we'll wrestle for bus fare. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, ever since we ran them off, Randy Hales, the president of the PG-13 fan club, has threatened us to bring in all this tough competition. And what did he bring us? Beavis and Butthead, the Headbangers, the Outlaw Tag Team Champions, two guys that have toiled in the minor leagues where they got a rude introduction to the major leagues, didn't they, Lance Russell? Who's next, Randy Hales? Who's next? Corey Macklin and Lance Russell? How about Dave and his little pal Snowbird? We'll take them all on, Randy.
You know what, Lance Russell? Hold on just a second. Hey, Scott Bowden. Well, this Randy Hales don't seem like he can find what we call competition. Hey, Tommy, let's just make a little vow here today. Let's just say everybody, Lance Russell, from now on, this is a promise from myself, Tommy Rich, and none other than Scott Bowden. We are going to destroy any team that we get in the ring with, no matter who it is. So, Tommy, let's take the destruction to the ring, okay?
I wish you would. You've got a match scheduled in here as we are ready for it. Let's go to the ring, and Corey Macklin. Corey.
Okay, Lancer, we're ready for action. One fall, a 10-minute time limit. Introducing at a combined weight of 417 pounds. Out of parts unknown, here is the Green Shadow and his partner, the Kaleidoscope. Their opponents today, a combined weight of 473 pounds. Wrestling out of Lexington, Tennessee, Dangerous Doug Gilbert and his partner out of Atlanta, Georgia, Wildfire Tommy Rich. And in the corner, the manager, Scott Bowden. They are the USWA Tag Team Champions. Bruno, the official referee, of course, the titles are not taking this one over to L&D.
Okay. A team that we're totally unfamiliar with, the Green Shadow. And I'm so unfamiliar with them, I got to look to find out what the name is.
Yeah, Kaleidoscope. Well, outfit does, outfits go with their names, I guess. Yes. Green Shadow not having much luck right now, though, against Wildfire Tommy Rich. Rich and Gilbert, the USWA Tag Champions. It's a non-title match. Doug Gilbert insulting the level of the competition. By the way, we'd like to apologize for a couple of the remarks that Scott Bowden made. I'll be having some words with Mr. Bowden a little bit later on.
Out of the ring, the Green Shadow, Doug Gilbert grabbing him up in the ring. Kaleidoscope arguing the referee downtown Bruno about the tactics that Rich and Gilbert. Hey, welcome to the real world. I'll tell you guys, you better come in there when you come in against Rich and Gilbert expecting those kind of tactics. They're both extremely capable wrestlers, but as it turns out, they feel like they got to do other things in order to prove their manhood, I guess. They hold the titles.
Who is this dude standing over here on the ring apron? Who is that? The Kaleidoscope?
That's the Kaleidoscope that's just been tagged in,
I
yes.
tell you what, that's an intimidating name, isn't it, Dave? That strikes fear in my heart. I'm thinking of my Kohan 2s right now.
Into the road. Gilbert catches him off the shoulder of Tommy Rich. Hammers him down. A big elbow knocks the Green Shadow into the cameraman over
just
there.
about took our cameraman out.
And Doug Gilbert ends up getting a relatively easy 1, 2, 3, and they...
Oh, come on. The match is over. Bowden has just rolled the green shadow back in. Pile drivers. Look at those illegal pile drivers.
Whoa, the light. Had some very good things to say about this team. The lights went out, and the next thing we knew, the ring was filled up with action. As Kaleidoscope and Green Shadow got a timely help.
Now they've just left the area.
And they have disappeared as quickly.
You don't know who that was, huh?
Yeah, I know who it is. The CYBERPUNKS. Yeah, that's what it is. You got your win. Take it on out of here, and we'll be back in just a moment. Brian Christopher coming up against Motley Crue. Here comes Bill Dundee once again. Okay, Bill, now we tried to tell you...
Just explain this to me, please. I mean, Wolfie D and Jamie Dundee are Randy Hale's friends, right? And, man, Jamie lived with me all his life. You could wrap him up in a sheet, and I could tell you it's Jamie Dundee. I promise you that's Jamie Dundee and
You're
Wolfie
talking
D.
about
And
the
he needs to be
CYBERPUNKS?
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
You don't know that's who it is.
This is the problem. We have a TV formatted. You're coming up messing up. Go back to the back.
No, because he should not be here, that Wolfie D. He got whooped in a loser-leave town, Randy, and you're protecting him just like you did. That's Jamie and Wolfie, man.
You always make excuses, Bill.
No.
You made excuses when you got fired.
You run me off for 6 months, and that's another thing I'm hot at you about. You see, the truth's coming out. That's why I'm back. And if it's the last thing I do, I'm taking that mask off that CYBERPUNKS.
I fired you because you were threatened. I fired you.
Whoa! Lights gone again!
Hey, help me. Help me.
Out of the middle of nowhere, one of the CYBERPUNKS, and down goes D on the floor. He's back in competition. Whoa! Hanging away. Here comes the other of the CYBERPUNKS. It's Bill Dundee. As the lights went out and suddenly, boom, Dundee takes a shot and we got to take time out. We'll be back. Hurry. Okay, we're ready for it. 1 fall, a 10-minute time limit for our next bout of the day here. 246 pounds out of Memphis, Tennessee. Here is Motley Crue. And in his corner, Tasha. His opponent today, making his way around the ring area. Coming in at 225 pounds out of Memphis, Tennessee. Too sexy, Brian Christopher. Here we go, downtown Toronto.
Hey, you better go over there and tell that four-eyed punk I know how he cheats for Brian Christopher, and if he does today, I'm slapping those glasses off.
Come on, let's go, guys.
Okay, we're ready for it. Downtown Bruno, the referee. Motley Crue taking on the former USWA heavyweight champion, Brian Christopher. And bell time. Here we go.
Miss Tasha is now down at ringside rather than up on the apron. She was making some sort of insult, I think, at the referee.
I don't know what is that what it was?
I think she was saying that the referee, downtown Bruno, better call it right down the middle or she was going to go after him.
Motley Crue carrying good size with him in against Brian Christopher. Whoa! Boy, he tried to snap him off his feet. Christopher just bowed it, turned it around, reversed it, and pounded him across that ring.
Yeah, this Motley Crue is a heavier wrestler than Brian Christopher, but Brian reversed him, got him off his feet, and sent him flying.
To the middle of the ring, collar and elbow. Turns that wrist over, and again, and it's reversed on Brian. Motley Crue popped off his feet. I think Brian is practicing something he was preaching a little bit earlier about saying, with Mabel and all these others, Sir Mo and the like, I'm going to get mean like I used to be.
Well, he sure yanked his hair there. There's no doubt about it. Downtown Bruno, the referee, is over asking him about it. Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Maybe we're looking again at the new old Brian Christopher.
Yeah, if a chain popped up in his hand, it wouldn't surprise either one of us at all. Motley Crue, top wrist lock. And once again, Christopher grabs a handful of hair, slams Motley Crue right off his feet. Referee downtown Bruno over there. Tasha saying he cheated, he grabbed the hair. Yeah, we could see it from right here, but the referee didn't.
And the referee checks with the crowd. The crowd says, no, we didn't see anything.
Referee is the one that's got to call it, Tasha. You just stay in the corner and let us handle this. Let the referee handle his job. Cross the ring, pounds ahead, a turnbuckle. Brian Christopher. And he started to bulldog him. And Motley Crue heaved him off right in midair. It was a good move. Excellent slam. Out with a clothesline. And too sexy. I think he thought he had it too easy, Dave. He was too confident.
And now Motley Crue has taken over. He snaps Brian over. Drops him with that suplex. Brian Christopher on the mat. Covered. 1, 2.
Brian almost had that shoulder down, but he got it up a couple of inches before the referee's third count came down. And Motley Crue continues pounding on Brian Christopher. Now it's a chokehold.
Referee is counting for a break as Motley Crue chokes Brian in the corner. Now Tasha's up on the apron, distracting the referee. Brian Christopher pops the reverse neck breaker on the Motley Crue. All right, picks him up. Didn't elect to go for a cover that time. Fires him into the rope. Over the back, and Motley Crue hits the mat hard.
Whole turning point came when Motley Crue bent over to backdrop Christopher out of that corner. He grabbed the foot, which he had.
Yep. Motley Crue thought he had the advantage right there, and then came the kick from Brian Christopher.
Brian looks at the crowd, Dave, and says, super kick, what a beauty. He tagged him right on the button. And jumping up to the ring apron, Tasha rakes her hand across the eyes of Brian Christopher. Motley Crue still shaking his head from that super kick. Up, look what he got. Pulled it out of his tights. Wham! And nailed Motley Crue as he came off. This will do it. 1, 2, 3. Yes. And a change.
Yep.
We'll take time out. Be back in a moment. The cyberpunks popping up and the controversy over that.
I tell you what, they have a lot of folks off balance. A lot of folks are nervous about the cyberpunks, talking about Rich and Gilbert and people like Bill Dundee. A little bit unsettled about the situation. They say they think they know who it is. Well, I guess that all remains to be seen. We got a match coming up right here.
And it's going to be an interesting one because it'll put Jesse James Armstrong and David Haskins. We don't see David around very often, but we've seen him from time to time. David, a very, very capable wrestler. But they are going against the huge team of King Mabel and Sir Mo. The current holders, King Mabel is, of the USWA heavyweight title. So they're feeling pretty sprucey and ready to hop in there and get it on. Let's go to Corey for the introduction.
We're ready. This one to the expiration of our time today. Tag team action. Introducing at a combined weight of 484 pounds. Out of Memphis, Tennessee, David Haskins. And his partner out of Marietta, Georgia, Jesse James Armstrong. Their opponent today, they come in at a combined weight of 889 pounds. Out of Harlem, New York, and the World Wrestling Federation, here is King Mabel's Thermo, Men on a Mission. Downtown Bruno, official referee for this one. To the expiration of our time, we're ready for it. Over to Lance Russell and Dave Brown.
And King Mabel with that King of the Ring robe on, about to disrobe, as a matter of fact, and he's holding on to the USWA heavyweight title. Jesse James Armstrong, more than capable, comes out of a great wrestling family, and he is joined by David Haskins. But when you listen to that tonnage and you start talking about 889 pounds, David, boggles the mind.
Yeah, I was standing talking interview with
I know
just a few minutes ago.
I saw the same thing.
I'm over 6 feet tall, and I've barely come up to his shoulder. He is huge, let me tell you.
It is one of those circumstances, and it's funny you mentioned that because I was standing over the side looking at it, and I'm saying the same thing. When he got up off that desk, just kept on going.
Yeah.
Woo, he is big.
And he's got the weight to go with it, too. That's a huge man, and Mo is certainly not a small man either. Men on a Mission, very big, very rugged, and they've been in some incredibly tough competition all over the world. David Haskins, former football player at the University of Memphis many years ago, but now with great career underway in wrestling, he's been all around too. Back here today, teamed with Jesse James Armstrong.
Solid athlete just all the way around, and I guess that goes along with what you've heard a lot of coaches in various sports say, that if they're looking for one thing, they're looking for an athlete. They can teach a lot of the other things. Well, you've got an athlete here in David Haskins, who makes the tag on Jesse James Armstrong. Jesse, along with his brothers, and of course his dad, Bullet Bob, grew up around wrestling, and there's just something about that as to where it's all second nature. And that's one of the reasons he's tough. He's wild, and we still haven't gotten comfortable with his presence, but I don't know that that will ever happen. Into the rope, and down goes Armstrong. Sir Mo hops over him. Leapfrog by Jesse James. Hip toss down on the floor, and he grabs that arm and crashes him over and down.
As you say, not totally comfortable with it being around, but you got to admire his athletic ability, too, as you saw, as he was able to move Men on a Mission's Mo around the ring. Sir Mo, I guess I should say, as he really has kept him going. Now got that left arm barred. Sir Mo trying to figure a way out of it, calmly gets back on his feet. He's looking toward the corner, and he says some sort of signal, almost like a third base coach signaling his partner. I don't know what the signal. Well, there's the signal.
That's what he was talking about.
Get him from behind if I can throw him over there, and he did.
Hit him right in the head. Reached out Mabel, stunned him when he came into those ropes and put Jesse James flat in his face. And now the tag from Mo over to Mabel. And the big 600-pounder picks Armstrong up by the hair and drills him with a right hand. Downtown Bruno, your referee. As a scoop and on the shoulder, then a slam from Mabel. That's from a long way up, too.
Yes, it is. Mabel drops down on him. Armstrong's in trouble. There's a cover. 1, 2. Up, shoulder up at the count of 3. Right shoulder came off the mat. There's a choke by King Mabel. Armstrong over to the corner, trying to use the rope to keep Mabel back. Didn't work.
Jesse James whipped into the corner diagonally, and that swinging arm. We've used it a lot of times before, saying it's like being hit with a telephone pole, and that is literally as close to it as you'll see. Mabel and Mo double team, drop down. Mo, a little too cocky, and look at Armstrong. He rolls Mo up, shoulders down. Referee over, and he can't get there quick enough to make the count, and Mo follows with a shot right in the back.
I don't know if he could have held him for a 3 count or not, but he would have been close to it. Referee did come around, and he was starting the count, but all of a sudden then, Mo was able to break out of it. A headbutt.
We are going to have to take a break coming up here in about 30 seconds. And the match, Mabel and Mo against Haskins and Armstrong. And Sir Mo says, finish him. Well, he's got about 15 seconds to be able to finish him as he goes to the second rope. And here he comes and misses. We're going to have to take a break, Dave.
Haskins in. The action is really continuing, but our time has run out here for this one.
We got to take a break right now. We finally got it stopped in the ring. I'll tell you, it wasn't easy in there as Sir Mo and King Mabel ended up getting the pin over Armstrong and Haskins.
They did indeed, and then they wouldn't get out of here. They just kept beating up on them, so finally it took outside help to finally get the area cleared, and that's where we are right now. But that's not all that happened today. We also had a unified world title match. Reggie B. Fine won the right to have the challenge by winning a 10-man elimination match. He went against the King, said he had a new attitude. He lost, though. Lawler ended up retaining the title. And then Reggie made an interesting promise as he was leaving. He says he will never lose another match here on television again. We'll see.
We're going to have to keep our eye on that. We'll keep a scorecard and let you know about that. Additionally, we had the return of Bill Dundee, in which Bill Dundee came back in a couple of times and made it known that he wanted, and as he has been over the last few weeks, he's been wanting to get reemployed. Randy Hales agreed to put him back on, and then he even still interfered with some of our stuff.
Randy Hales said he really had not changed his mind until a lot of the other wrestlers came to him and said, this is what we wish you would do. So he acceded to their request and has reinstated Dundee.
Yes, he has, and that means that we'll be seeing the superstar back around. I'll tell you what, Dave, let's take this opportunity as we do from time to time to check and see what's happening around the USWA during the week, and we'll be back with a final word for you in a moment.
And if it's the last thing I do, I'm taking that mask off that CYBERPUNKS, and he's out of there. I'll start you because you were...
Took Dundee down, took him by surprise. TD always set and ready to get into action.
TD, in a way, kind of reminds me of Dundee earlier in his career in that he comes in there with fire. He's ready to go, and he thinks he can beat anybody he steps in the ring against, including the very tough veteran, the superstar, Bill Dundee. But you notice TD came in. He's ready. He thinks he can get this one won.
Dundee made a good move, took that arm and drove him right straight down into the mat. Bill, as long as we've known him, I've never seen him quite as out of control as he has been the last few weeks. He came out here with Samantha who was going to take us to a busload of fans that were here. And what happened is, get outside, and there's Dundee out there making his case, and he comes up and slugs Randy Hale, knocks him on top of him. And Dundee now, still irritated. You can see the way he's firing away at T.D. Steele. Part of that, Dave, may be the fact that T.D. took him by surprise.
Yeah, Bill got upset about it. There's no doubt about that. He popped him in the back of the head with the open hand, now throws him out of the ring. Out of control, I think, is what's still going on here with Dundee. Dundee very upset. He's been out of control for some time.
T.D. back in the ring, squaring off. He hadn't backed up one bit from Dundee, but boy, I'll tell you, Billy really going 1, 2, and that's all he got. T.D. fires to the midsection, and Dundee comes back with a foot right up to the head. Up on the rope and springs down on top of T.D. Steele. Dundee still got a lot of that old fire that you were talking about back years ago, Dave.
That's true, and especially when a guy looks like he is going to have a chance to maybe pin him. All of a sudden, Dundee reaches back and says, wait a minute, I'm coming after you. Whoa! Boy, T.D. made a big mistake there. Dundee was just waiting for it, pulled that boot up. And that's one of those things that can turn a match around and head you toward a count out.
Situation, Dave, I think if he had followed the whip right in immediately, but he hesitated to get his footing and take a bigger run at Dundee, and that's all the veteran needed, brother. He clocked him right smack in the mouth, spinning leg lock, and Dundee goes down on it. As T.D. Steele, seeing some of the artistry that Dundee can dish out, mad or not, and he scoop slams him down on that and follows right in behind with a stomp. Here he goes up the ladder. Sails down, hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3, that'll do it. Bill Dundee.
Dundee gets the win in a convincing fashion against a very tough T.D. Steele. Samantha very, very happy about the situation, as she says Dundee is the man. T.D. Steele being looked after by referee Bill Rush.
Well, there was no question he was the man at that instant. He seemed to lose his cool when T.D. started to make some moves on him, but here he is, the superstar, Bill Dundee.
Lance Russell, you never send a boy to do a man's job, and he can't beat me, and neither can anybody else around here. But that ain't what's on my mind. You know what it is, and you're part of it.
What? What? What do you mean I'm part of it? I'm not part of doing it. What?
Jamie Dundee's under that mask, and Wolfie D's under the other.
Bill Dundee, it's a pleasure to be here with you. I am so happy to be here and be your manager. Take my hand.
You got a manager now.
I'm so glad you're back. I'm glad to be your manager. Shake my hand.
I don't need no...
I explained this to you one time before, and I'm only going to explain it to you one more time and real slow so you can understand me. There's only one person that takes care of the man, Bill Dundee's affairs, and you're looking at him.
Bill, I talked to you on the phone, and you told me I was going to be your manager. We talked on the phone.
Called me up and bugged me. I never said nothing to you, and the manager part never came into it.
You said I was going to be your manager. You said we were going to stay here today on television.
I'm going to tell you again.
He said I was going to be his manager.
Whoa! Brandon Baxter takes a shot from Samantha. Dundee, oh, and right back again.
He told me I was going to be his manager. What are you hitting me for?
Something.
Huh?
I'm more than happy to have you in a match Monday night. I'm not worried about you. I'll take you out, and I'll take the other bimbo out.
Hey, we ain't no need to be fighting on it. There ain't nothing I told you nothing, brother. No, I didn't. Don't raise your voice to me. No, I never did.
Miss Texas comes roaring across, grabs Samantha. We've got it going. Down on the floor. Miss Texas grabs Samantha, throws her down, and Samantha right back up, charges in after. As Miss Texas took the opportunity opportunity to get a hold of Samantha after Samantha had said, I'll take care of the other bimbo.
You know what I mean, Lance Russell? Nobody behaves like ladies. Nobody behaves like gentlemen. And that's Wolfie D. And that's Jamie Dundee. And if it's the last thing I do, their mask will come off.
There are two guys under the mask until the mask do come off, Bill. We'll take time out, and we'll be back in just a moment.
For one fall, a 10-minute time limit. Introducing from Jailhouse, Tennessee, coming in at a weight of 207 pounds. Here is Trooper Bobby Black. His opponent today, 224 pounds, wrestling out of Memphis, Tennessee, too sexy, Brian Christopher. Bill Rush, the referee for this one. We're ready for more exciting wrestling action on USWA, guys.
All right, Brian Christopher, greeted by fans as he heads to the ring.
Brian, who has had not the high point of his career the last couple of weeks because he's involved with Men on the Mission, King Mabel and Sir Mo, and I got to tell you, he has taken some pounding. It has been because partners have walked out on him and all kind of different things like that. And Brian, not a guy that takes that kind of stuff lightly. As a matter of fact, he doesn't take a glass of water lightly. I mean, he's pretty intense about everything.
You're right.
And Trooper Bobby Black is the one who will have to be facing Too Sexy Brian Christopher. Bell time. Bill Rush, the referee. We're off and running.
I don't know too much about Trooper Bobby Black, but I can tell you this. He's running into a buzzsaw today, and Brian Christopher, who is not happy about those situations you were talking about.
Yeah, if Brian gets upset, Trooper Bobby may not be around long enough for us to find out a whole lot about it. Oh, he's back.
Brian going for the mask, and Trooper Bobby heads outside the ring. And the Trooper with a few words for the crowd. Once again, it's one of those situations where you might advise Bobby Black, pay attention to the opponent, not what's going on outside the ring. You got your hands full right in the middle of the squared circle there.
Although if he's going to say nasty things, he may be safer saying it to the crowd.
Well, that's a good point.
Christopher turns the arm over right at the shoulder. And again, checking just above the elbow. Turns it over one more time, and Christopher, who is always in magnificent physical condition, looks no different today. Snapmare over the shoulder and drops straight down with the right hand. Referee saying, open the fist up till I take his mask off, Brian says. And the crowd, they like that. Brian didn't get a chance.
Yeah, they would love to see that mask come off. They really... It's just something a little bit irritating about it. A guy coming in like this and claiming to be Trooper Bobby Black and then hiding under the mask, and the crowd would just love to see Brian take the mask off. Will it happen? Well, I don't know. Brian, first of all, needs to make sure he gets a 1-2-3 count and gets a victory in the match over the Trooper.
Yeah, he would rather fool Nelson as Christopher is in total control at this moment. He really has him where he can swing him, shake him, bacon with him. Drives his head. Boy, he hit. First thing that hit was that head right into the mat. Brian Christopher was dreaming that was Sir Mo that he just slammed down into the middle of the ring. And the whip into the ring, and that clothesline that took him down. Christopher in total control.
Yes, he's been in control since the opening bell and hasn't let up, and is not likely to as the match continues here. Sort of a modified version of a reverse neck breaker there. He covers him. Oh, picks him up. I'm not sure that's a good idea. He doesn't go for the 3 count. I don't know if he could have held him down for 3 or not, but he got a count of 1 and then picked him up by that mat.
And the whip. Big drop kick, and Christopher scores.
Brian using the ropes to his advantage. Oh, he slides out of the ring. Boom. Pops the Trooper from outside. And Trooper Bobby Black. His very long day continues at the hands of Brian Christopher. Brian's right. He says Trooper don't look too good today.
It's time for a Trooper kick, huh?
He has something to do with that. Christopher looking very good today. Shovels him into the turnbuckle there. Super kick time! Brian Christopher nailed him with that foot, and down he goes. I think he could get a 14 count right now if he was a mind to, but he's going to add a little time. Drop straight down on him. He's got it one.
Well, there wasn't much doubt that one was over after the super kick. And then the Trooper hits the mat when Brian comes off the top rope. That's it. The match is history, and Brian Christopher, now Brian going for the mask again. He's already got the match won. And the Trooper trying to get out of the ring as quickly as he can and keep that mask intact. Brian almost had the mask. Well, he did get the mask off.
Yes, he did.
But the Trooper covered up. Yeah, and he went running out of there. Oh, he's got his face covered with his shirt as he heads out. Brian Christopher with a victory at USWA Championship Wrestling here today.
We'll take time out here, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Comment or two from Men on a Mission about, instead of Men on a Mission, I see Reggie B. Fine wandering out this way. Reggie, it's we're open to interview Men on a Mission right about now.
Hey, don't worry about Men on a Mission, baby. I gave them the day off. I gave them the day off. You know what? Last month, let me see, about 7-8 weeks ago, Man on a Mission came in here. They said they were going to beat up everybody, right? They did exactly what they said they were going to do. They beat up Jerry Lawler. They beat up Brian Christopher. Jerry Lawler's gone. He out for the year. He gone.
Oh, he's not. He's just off today.
No, we beat him. Well, they beat him up real bad. See, they think I was the reason that Jerry Lawler... Shut up, you low budget. They think I was the reason that Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher lost last Monday night. But no, sir, Man on a Mission beat them themselves. They beat them 1, 2, 3 right in the middle. I'm talking about killed them. And you know what? That's sissy Brian Christopher. He ain't got no partner now. So I don't know who he gonna get. You know, I got Man on a Mission. They'll definitely be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing them back. Don't think they ain't coming back. They down at the casino now. They in a suite. You know, they take care of their business. I gave them the day off, you understand? They spending all that money we done made. He got Brian belt. He gonna get Lawler belt. He gonna get PG. He's getting everybody's belts, baby.
Well, whether you gave him the day off or not, I would think Men on a Mission, if they're wherever they are, if they're having a vacation today, they better be thinking about Brian Christopher and the partner that he is going to have this next time around.
Partner? Ain't nobody want to be Brian Christopher partner no more, man. He'll use up all his favors. He tried to get Dr. Isaac Yankum. What happened? He had to beat up Brian.
Yankum walked out. Yeah, it turned on him. Walked out.
No, Brian turned on him. That's what happened. Then they go get Mankind. He get Mankind for his partner. What happened then? Brian turned on him. So he ain't got no more favors, Brother Brown.
Well, I don't know, but I got a feeling that Brian Christopher is not going to have that much trouble finding a partner to go against this big Mo and Mabel of the Men on a Mission. But we can find out right now.
My time, man.
That's your time. No, it wasn't your time to begin with.
My boy's time. I just signed Mabel and Mo. They my mans now.
Listen here, Reggie B. Fine. I've heard you out here running down me with your mouth. I've heard you abusing the English language out here long enough. And I've heard just about enough out of you. The Men on a Mission. Sure. They injured Jerry Lawler. He's not here this week. But one thing you said is a big, fat lie. You said nobody would be willing to be my tag team partner?
Nobody.
Nobody? Say that again.
Nobody. And this fool, what fool would be your partner?
What fool would be my partner with Reggie? He might be a fool because he has no brains. But I tell you what, I do have a partner. I got a partner, and this man is crazy. And I tell you what, if you want to see this man, Reggie, if you want me to show you this man, turn around, Reggie. Turn around, big boy. Whoa! How's that look? How's that for a partner, baby?
A moondog spot.
Look out,
Dave! When the moondog's loose, everybody stay on your feet. Oh, no. Look out. Moondog spot. Announced as the partner by Brian Christopher.
How's that, Reggie? Moondog, baby! There's none better. I got the moondog. Tell me, I don't have a partner now.
He's got a partner. We'll take a break and be back in a moment.
Referee Bill Rush in the ring, the official referee for this next bout here. Tag team actions coming up on the USWA. Coming in at a combined weight of 492 pounds. Wrestling out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Blackjack Daniels and his partner out of Death Valley, Bad News. Their opponents today coming in out of parts unknown. A combined weight of 432 pounds, the USWA Tag Team Champions. Here is Fire and Ice, the Cyberpunks. We're ready for tag team action. Over to my buddies Lance and Dave.
All right, thank you, Corey. Boy, the Cyberpunks out to excitement as the lights go out. Everybody, oh, what's going to happen here? And all of a sudden, there they are.
There they are. Climbing to the ring, Blackjack Daniels. We've had Blackjack in action here before, and he is a rugged son of a gun. I'm not that familiar with his partner, Bad News, but Fire starting it off right now against Blackjack Daniels. He's got a big height advantage, but whenever I see Blackjack, he kind of reminds me of Tony Galeno, who was a prize fighter a good many years back and reached his notoriety as a tavern operator, and he got his run at the heavyweight title against Joe Louis. This is exactly the kind of physique that he had, and he's a rugged son of a gun. Blackjack Daniels. Tag goes over to Ice.
And Fire on his way over smacked Bad News over in the corner. Knocked him off his feet down on the floor. Now both Cyberpunks teaming up. Good double drop kick by both of them. And Blackjack finds himself out of the ring. Blackjack Daniels and Bad News having a bit of a conference right here.
Obviously not the first time that Fire and Ice have seen each other. They work extremely well together. And that is Ice in the ring against Blackjack Daniels. His partner is Bad News.
Ice was just calmly waiting for when the conference was over. They stepped back in the ring, then he'd go back into action with him. Takes him down with a standing wrist lock. Forced Blackjack Daniels down to the mat. He's got a tiger on him, too. He's holding on.
Hanging down. And now Blackjack able to get his feet underneath. Tag goes back to Fire. He comes in with a shot right under the arm, into the ribs, and Blackjack hammers back with that right hand, catches him in the midsection to the face, takes him over, tags Bad News, and for the first appearance, Bad News rips the right hand, going after Fire.
That is Bad News when you double up a fist with that much weight behind it and start throwing it around the ring. But Fire coming back. Grabs it. Down to the mat goes Bad News near the center of the ring. Fire picking him up. Boom! Big chop across the top of the chest. And Bad News finds himself on the mat. looking for the corner. Fire makes the tag, and here comes Ice.
Not the only tag action we've got today. We're looking forward to our final tag match. Time permitting, we've got the Headbangers going against David Haskins and Jesse James Armstrong. Could be a dandy. Ice zips across the ring, diagonally drops that elbow right straight up against Bad News, and he hits the deck, rolls him over. Could be 1, 2, nope, foot on the rope.
Yeah, that foot on the bottom rope stopped it. It's a good move by Bad News. But Ice has to kind of go back to the drawing board just a little bit, come up with another idea in order to get the count of 3 on the Bad News hangs onto the rope. There's a mistake by Ice of the Cyberpunks. Bad News, short clothesline, over to the corner, makes the tag. Black Jack Daniels is in. From behind, he nails Ice. They double up on him, whip him into the rope. Double upper arm coming off of there. Black Jack Daniels stays, goes for the cover. Count is at 1, 2. Only a count of 2, almost a 3 count. What an upset that would have been.
That's offensive action up until that point for Blackjack Daniels and Bad News. Nice shot by Ice, and he makes the tag on fire. Here the Cyberpunks are in action, and there's that roundhouse kick. Count of 1. That's all they got out of it. Hard to hold shoulders down. He's rolling.
It was a good effort by Fire, but he just didn't have enough of his own body weight in the proper position to keep the shoulders down for a 3 count. Tag made by Ice, and Fire coming right back in.
Look at that shot. Count of 1 and 2. He got it that time.
No doubt about that one. The count of 3, Fire and Ice, the Cyberpunks, with a great victory here today.
The lights again as Fire and Ice in the ring, having just, they're not in the ring. They have disappeared again as quickly as they appeared, defeating Bad News and Blackjack Daniels. We got to take, we're going to take a break. No, we're not, Bill. We're taking a break.
That ain't no fire, mate. Come on, you both know who it is.
We're taking a break.
Well, you take all the breaks you want, but that don't fit me.
Well, get out, please. I hate to put it that
You know why
bluntly.
we're not leaving? Do you know why we're not leaving?
No, I can't imagine.
He's the man. Do you know what that makes me?
What's that make you?
Makes me the woman.
Lance Russell, what does that say there?
It says Superstar Bill Dundee.
What
You're
match?
on the card. We've been out here arguing about
All
this
right, then we
for
got
45 minutes.
Well, I got a little deal for you, Randy Hales, you George Goulis lookalike. Why don't you listen to me and sign Wolfie D? That's the tall one in that goofy-looking outfit against me. And just sign the match, and we will fight, and we will get this cleared once and for all, because I'll jerk that mask right off his face, and you'll have to fire him. So why don't you come... Here we go. At least he's come out.
They will not leave out here.
How about you? Second match, that's a joke.
Lance, I've said week after week after week that I don't want this kind of conversation out on this TV, but
Thank you.
Dundee, every single week, and when I came out, the people are saying to me, what's going on? What's going on? What's the situation? Well, let me make this clear in front of everybody. It was September the 18th. It was Ripley, Tennessee. From the beginning of time, there've been dressing room incidents. We have it all the time. But there was a dressing room incident with you and Wolfie D in Ripley, Tennessee, a dressing room full of people where you started arguing and cussing each other, and it ended up in a situation where we were separated, and you pulled a knife, and you were fired. That's exactly what happened, Dundee. And that is a lie. That's why you were fired.
And I never got no trial on this. You just found me guilty and said you're out of here. And you know the reason I'm back?
Why are you back?
I'll tell you why I'm back, because you know that you just fired me when you was hot, and that was all there was to it. And even down in your little black house, you got a little goodness in it, so you had to bring me back, and that's what it's all about. And then Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert run them two groups out of town, and you're protecting them one more time, and they should be gone, and that's all I'm asking.
All I'm saying is that you're asking for a match with fire, and I'm telling you right now that what happened, I'm telling you what happened in Ripley. You shut up or I'll have you out of here. I'm just, I'm telling you right now, Judge. I'm telling you right now that's not going to happen. I'm not going to.
I've heard you run your mouth, and I'm here to accept your challenge. But unlike the situation with Wolfie D, there will be no knife in your hand, and there will be no people in between us. It will be just you and I in the ring, and we will find out who the better man is.
That
sounded like Barry White.
Wait a minute. Fire comes rolling out here. Jumps on Dundee. Turns it off. Can we get some help out here and see if we can get this broken up? Bill Dundee battling away with fire out here in the middle of the floor. Here comes Jesse James Armstrong, David Haskins, Bill Rush, and T.D. Steele. As fire hanging onto that foot, Dundee up off the floor. They're holding fire and Dundee apart. As we need to take a break right now, as these guys have just absolutely lost it in here. We heard that announcement. We'll take time out here, and we'll be back in just a moment.
To the expiration of our time today on USWA Championship Wrestling. Coming in at a combined weight of 483 pounds. Wrestling out of Memphis, Tennessee, David Haskins and his partner. Out of Marietta, Georgia, Jesse James Armstrong. Well, their opponents today, a combined weight of 494 pounds. Thrasher and Mosh, the Headbangers. Bill Rice, the official referee for this one. We're ready to do it, guys. Headbangers.
Yeah, great. No, we're going to let you keep that look. Don't worry about us. We get along fine.
The Headbangers, boy, an irritating group as they come in. They come in with that boom box turned up louder than it should be. Step into the ring, insulting everyone. Get their nose pierced, and wearing kilts, and in general, just irritating.
And what is more irritating, they can wrestle.
That is irritating. Yeah, they're tough.
These guys
Make no mistake about it. They are tough. But look who they're going against there today. David Haskins and Jesse James Armstrong. Man, this has the makings of an excellent main event on the USWA today.
Whoa.
And we're set to go with it. Boy, they don't even wait for the bell. And the Headbangers go after him. Look at this. Haskins and Armstrong. Double backdrop. Double drop kick. Double clothesline. One on one side of the ring, one on the other. As Armstrong and Haskins have run the Headbangers out of the ring.
Like they've been wrestling together forever.
Yeah. Boy, they look very, very good. And the Headbangers, they're trying to call timeout over here, which is not going to be allowed. Get back in the ring. You got a 10 count. Headbangers have got to be wondering, oh, do we take somebody a little too lightly here?
That's Mosh in the ring, Crash on the outside, and of course, Jesse James Armstrong. They're making Jesse James look like a clean-cut All-American boy.
That's true. Who would have thought that a few weeks ago, huh?
Really. But I mean, there's four guys up there that can flat get it on. What Jesse?
Mosh looked at Jesse James Armstrong and said, "You're weird." And Jesse James said, "I'm weird."
Tied up, collar elbow, center of the ring. Side headlock. Moss holding on to Armstrong. Double center rope and a big shoulder puts Jesse James down on the mat. Leapfrog. What an athlete this guy is. Armstrong. Hip toss. Took him right over and down and planted a couple of feet. Got Thrash coming right in behind him, Dave.
Oh, I tell you what, Jesse James Armstrong with a display of why he's a top-flight wrestler. He had some attitude problems there that I really didn't care for quite a while. But boy, he is a rugged, tough, fine athlete. He makes the tag on his partner, David Haskins.
I'm still not sure I want to take him home to Mama, but I'll tell you, out of 100 times, rather do that than to take Bosch and Trash home.
Yeah.
Didn't scare at all. Didn't have the dogs out.
That's right. They got to redecorate the den once they left, probably.
David Haskins. Arm turned over, and he reverses it on Trash. Side headlock. Jesse James hollering a little encouragement to his partner, David Haskins. We made the comment about these guys look like they've been together. They have not. Oh, watch that stuff, David.
A little insult by David Haskins.
Yeah. The tilt.
Come on,
I think Jesse James loved that one, too.
Well, the headbangers, can they refocus on the business at hand, which is to win a wrestling match? So far, Haskins and Armstrong have looked very good, and I do think part of the reason is because the headbangers came in here thinking, we're looking ahead. We got a big match coming up here in a few days. We'll just take care of this one easy. Not to be. Haskins in trouble now, though. Now we're down to the mat. Thrasher standing there yelling at him. Get up, get up.
They got the title challenge coming up against the CYBERPUNKS. You might have missed their conversation a little bit earlier, saying there's, well, in effect, what they said, there's not room for more than 2 punks around here. In effect, that's what they say.
Yeah. No bigger punks than we are.
There you go.
Like that.
Late drop down on the Haskins, and here comes Armstrong. Referee Bill Rush cuts him off. Double team on Haskins as they bump him down into the canvas. Bosch stays in. These guys are so unorthodox, they kind of disarm you. But when they get down to it, flat wrestle. There it is, a 360 body slam. Powered him right down into the mat. And the headbangers are still looking impressive up on the second rope. Bosch whips Haskins in. Whoa, there's that flying clothesline, and he flat leveled Dave.
Yeah, you see what we mean about these guys being tough. These guys can wrestle. And once they get things focused and get back together, they really have gone to work on David Haskins.
Got a forearm upside the head to Haskins. Now Thrash is right over in the corner. Choking him over that middle rope. Referee Bill Rush steps in there to separate it. Oh, what's this? Mosh going up to the top deck.
They made the tag. He's set. Up in the air is Haskins.
Spiked him right down on the mat from off that top turnbuckle, and he mangled David, going down hard.
Over through the ropes goes David Haskins, down onto the floor. Jesse James Armstrong is in there. He is after Mush. Referee Bill Rush trying to send him back outside. David Haskins, the legal man in the ring, but he's down here on the floor. He's worked over by Thrasher.
He is flat on the floor as the referee starts the count. Here comes his partner, Jesse James Armstrong, to help David back up and beat that count as Bill Rush tolls it out. Haskins, a gamer all the way. He's a tough young man, and he is back in the ring now, and it goes on. Mosh going after Dave.
They got him hanging over the ropes, using that rope to choke him. Over very near the corner. The referee can't see what's going on, but they have him blocked. Now he's trying to send Armstrong back to the corner. Armstrong trying to help. Oh, backbreaker. Right over the partner, landing on David Haskins' back as he was stretched out, hanging on the rope. I don't know how he could get up, but he tried to. Now being pinned once again back down to the mat. Count of 2. Time becoming a factor in this match. We're getting very close to our time limit. Once we get to the time limit on the television match here, we'll have to ring the bell. We'll keep one eye on the clock, one eye on the action in the ring. It's been great action. David Haskins, Jesse James Armstrong control the early part of the match, but the tide has turned, and it's been this team of the Headbangers for the last few minutes.
They got David trapped in there. They have done a very good job of keeping him in. Rushing to the corner, and Mosh met nothing but turnbuckle as Haskins was out of the way. I think they thought that he didn't even have the energy to avoid the collision. He got out, but Mosh is back at him again. It's Jesse James trying to get a tag from David from any point. Belly to belly, and he takes him over and down right in the center of the ring.
What David really has needed for some time is to be able to get Jesse James Armstrong into the ring via tag, and he just hasn't been able to do it. Give the Headbangers credit for keeping him away from the tag. Now he moves out of the way. Can David make it to the corner? He's going the wrong way. He's headed for a neutral corner.
Going the wrong way. There's a miss by Mosh. The tag on Thrash. The tag on Jesse James. Our time is running out as Jesse James Armstrong. Haskins back up, and we are out of time. We got to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. We hate to have it happen, but son of a gun, it does do that on the best of days, and we end up with a draw situation between the Headbangers and David Armstrong and Jesse James Armstrong. David, did I get it right? Forget all of that, Dave.
Almost.
A draw. Will you understand that? Boy, we had a lot of the activity out here between Samantha and Dundee.
The whole day is confusing, primarily because of Samantha coming out here all the time. Complain. Don't like the fact that Dundee's not on the card. But let's not lose the fact that just what you said. We had a great main event here today. Time ran out. It ends up as a draw.
And I am also looking forward to hoping that we're going to be able to be there to see that a CYBERPUNKS and Headbangers title match for the title. That is got the makings of a really good one, too.
It does. These CYBERPUNKS, of course, have been incredibly impressive as they have come into the area. However, the Headbangers are mean and tough, and as we saw them get it together here today in their match, they are certainly able to put together enough offense that they could be the new USWA Tag Champions.
You better believe it, and we hope that we're right there with it. We'll keep you posted. You can bet on that. Well, we got to be getting out of here, and so what we'll do is be looking forward to having you with us next week for show number 909. Right at 99.
Yeah.
99. I better call this a day, Dave. I think Samantha's gotten me totally out of the whole element here. We'll get out of here. And so for Corey Macklin and Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying, hope we'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, mainly the promoters of USWA Championship Wrestling.
Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell with Dave Brown and Corey Macklin, all ready to go with show number 999.
Oh, my goodness.
We're one away from it, buddy. We'll have more to say about that.
I tell you what, I hope we make it to 1,000 because we got all kind of things going on here. Men on a Mission been running wild in the USWA. They're around here today. Also, we with Brian Christopher, especially that situation. Brian
big-time feud. I mean, Brian, I tell you, it's that old saying, if he hadn't had bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all. Because they beat him up, he got partners, brought him in, and all of that, and every one of them, something's gone bad on it.
And then Bill Dundee and Fire from the CYBERPUNKS, they've been having this thing going the last couple of weeks. We'll have more details on a challenge there from Dundee later today.
Yes, sir. There's a lot more than just what meets the eye right there. A lot of personal animosity, particularly on Dundee's part concerning that one. And in addition to that, we're going to be looking at a lot of great action. We'll see the CYBERPUNKS in here today. Superstar Bill Dundee will, in fact, be here today. We've got Men on the Mission and Reggie B. Fine and a main event, Dave, that I'm proud to have.
Oh, the main event's going to have the Headbangers in here, but they'll be going against Brian Christopher and the King, Jerry Lawler.
I'll bet you this is going to be a dandy. You stay right where you are. Get pumped up. Get ready. We're going to be back with that opening bout for you in just a moment. Okay, before they get up and get ready to go, Corey, I want to get them. I want to get Men on a Mission over here with Reggie B. Fine, because it's not just simply a matter of some big guys getting together. They've been using Reggie B. Fine and each other, using to jump in there and do stuff.
Listen here, Lance Russell, you old fossil. You shut up when I'm starting to talk, all right? Using Reggie B. Fine. What's going on here is the USWA has been using Reggie B. Fine for years. You know what I'm saying? So now what's going to happen is he's getting down with the homeboys, and we're going to show you how to take care of business around here. Tell him about it, Big King. That's exactly right. We've signed Reginald B. Fine to a lucrative contract. That's right. You've been treating this man like a fool for years, but it's over. He's now down with the mission, and he's going straight to the top. Tell him, Reggie. Brother, hold this for me. I'm going to be the next king when this man here retires, you understand? And I'll be the next service when this man retires, you understand? I am tired of being on the back burner, dealing with these low budgets every week. Every week I have to deal with this. Now, since these two guys assigned me, I'm going to be one of the richest men in the world. You watch what it is.
Yeah, you get into it. Well, here's the USWA heavyweight champion, King Mabel, as he heads up to the ring. And let's go to Corey for the introduction.
Okay, Lancer, we're ready for it. This is our opener on USWA Championship Wrestling. One fall, a 10-minute time limit. First introducing, coming in today at a combined weight of 591 pounds. Here is Sir Mo. And his partner, he says he's from every woman's dream, Reggie B. Fine. And in their corner, the USWA heavyweight champion, King Mabel. On the other side of the ring, they come in today a combined weight of 454 pounds out of Cordova, Tennessee, Tony Williams. And his partner wrestling out of Marietta, Georgia, Jesse James Armstrong. Downtown, Bruno, the official referee. Let's go over now. Back to Lane today.
Mo and Reggie B. Fine against Jesse James Armstrong and Tony Williams. Bell time as Sir Mo, Dave, comes out to take on Jesse James.
Jesse James Armstrong leading off for his team. Tony Williams always giving away size. He's especially giving away size when you have either Mo or Mabel in there. It's Mo in the ring right now. Jesse James Armstrong facing Sir Mo, reminding the referee to ensure that King Mabel doesn't interfere in the match as he's out at ringside.
All right, Dave Brown, let's have some real commentary going on. What you got right there is a nice reversal from Sir Mo. Come on, get up, Mo. There you go. Sir Mo's a great athlete. Come on, Sir Mo, kick out.
You're not supposed to be cheerleading up there, Mabel. What you're supposed to be doing is commentary.
I'm the USWA champion. I can do exactly what I want. You understand that?
Yeah, I hear you.
There you go.
Mo using a right fist to the face of Tony Williams. Whip into the corner, and...
Hey, Rusty, pull this tight!
Tony Williams over, makes the tag. Jesse James Armstrong takes over. Mo with that arm wrapped around.
There you go.
Yeah,
what
right
you saw right he tags in Reggie be fine. Ooh, straight to the ribs. That's right. That's how you do it, Daddy. Show him how to do it ghetto style.
Jesse James keeping that arm around, keeping him honest.
Look at the physique on Reggie be fine.
We've always said he's got the athletic build and all of that if he just didn't use some of the...
All he needs is a little bit of guidance, and that's what you got right there. When you saw a very scientific kick to the back of the head by Thermo.
Reggie with Jesse James Armstrong. Scoop.
Oh, a big body slam by Reggie be fine.
Tony Williams coming
and
in.
we got the clean tag right there.
Boy, I sure hate when I talk over you.
All right, that's how you do it, boys. Work on them.
Jesse James grabbed by
Oh, big headbutt. Down goes Jesse James Armstrong like a ton of bricks. Oh, a big elbow. The cover, 1, 2, 3. It should have been over, but Bruno didn't count fast enough. Come on, Mo. Shut up. Another tremendous body slam by Thermo. There you go, schooling, baby. Boom, a big leg drop. This is an incredible team.
Will you give Dave back his microphone in there? So
My microphone, I'm the USWA champion, and those are my men right there.
Yeah.
Get on him, Reggie.
Reggie takes a shot in the midsection, rakes the eye.
Nice rake of the eyes by Reggie B.
Don't forget scientific rake of the eye.
Into the turnbuckle. Yeah! Picking him up by the neck is Reggie B. Fine.
In the air, chokes him, jumps him off over towards Tony Williams. Could not make the tag. Reggie pulls him back out to the
We
center.
have tremendous power. We all have tremendous power. Show him your power, Reggie. Right there, baby.
When all else fails, cheat, rake the eyes, whatever you want to do. I know that. Over on the rope, a little choke. Bruno finally gets a countdown and backs Reggie up as Jesse James
Get on him, Reggie.
needs a tag to Tony Williams.
He's training right now. He doesn't have the killer instinct right now, but we're definitely working on it. A vicious body slam by Reggie B. Finally hits the rope. Come on, Reggie.
I don't know why we bothered to come in today, Dave. Here's the tag. Tony Williams with a big drop kick. Reggie goes down on the mat.
You take this fight, Dave. I got business.
Yeah, now you stay away from the ring. Look at that Tony Williams going. He pops one at Sir Mo, goes up on the middle rope with Reggie D. Fine. Pounds away. Mabel on the side over with Jesse James Armstrong. And Reggie dumping off. Tony Williams in the middle. Sir Mo drops with the elbow. Right down in the middle. 1, 2, 3. Got him.
Mabel distracted the referee. That allowed all of that to happen there. And Tony Williams is pinned. So it's Sir Mo and Reggie B. Fine.
Shut up, Dave Brown. Shut up. What you see right here is 325 pounds of pure power, 250 pounds of pure power, and the ultimate 600 pounds of pure power. And we're taking over. You understand that? This is our house.
Put it down and stop coming over here. We got Moondog Spot coming up in a wild brawl. I can just well tell it like it is, because you know if he's in here, that's exactly what it's going to be. There was a match a little bit earlier that we thought that all of the USWA fans would be interested in. It took place with the men on the mission going against Brian Christopher and Moondog Spot in a Moondog-type match.
Kind of like we talked about at the beginning of the program, Brian has had difficulty with tag partners as well as opponents when men on a mission were around, so he brought in Moondog Spot.
Let's take a look at that action, and there is some action. Moondog! Whoa! Take Mo! Slams it right into the timer's table where it ringside.
goodness. Morale out. Mabel just down with that big splash. 1, 2, and that's gonna do it. 1, 2, 3.
Remember where it came from. Reggie B with that ether type stuff. Okay, Corey, we're ready to go up for this next match. Corey Macklin.
Okay, Lance, we're ready for it. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing from parts unknown, 208 pounds. Here is the Shadow and his opponent. Look out, guys. Brian's got him over there. Too sexy Brian Christopher with the move.
Give me that microphone, Lance. We are sick and tired of being on a mission. I am going to unleash the moon dog today. Whatever destruction, however many bones he breaks, I'm not responsible. But from now on, this is what you're going to see. Go sticking, sticking,
Sticking his way to the ring. We're ready for this action, guys. Look out.
Get him, moon dog.
Well, Shadow's ready for this action. He trips over the
Get
steps
him.
over here.
Get him. Sticking.
Moondog spot,
I
grabbing
want
him,
you to take a look at this.
throwing
man
him
on a
into the ring.
mission.
Got the folding metal chair. Look out.
Yeah, yeah. Hit him. Hit him. You see that, Bible? You see that, Mo? That's what you got to look forward to. But that's not it. A moondog match. Anything goes. Yeah. We're not through with him. Yeah, yeah. Kill him. Break his arm. Break his back. No, referee. This man is, he's wild. He's not through. You're right.
Call him off.
He's going to hurt some people.
Call him off,
We are
Brian.
sick and we're tired of him. He's getting ready for men on a mission. Reggie B. Fine. Go, Moondog.
Man, this guy is absolutely, totally out of it. Brian egging him on. Don't be in there throwing stuff to him. Call him out of there, Brian. That's the kind of... I don't care who he is. Look at this.
Brian throws it back in there. Come on, Brian. Take it out on the men on the mission, not on the Shadow.
Okay, we're going to take a break right in here and see if we can get this thing stopped. Brian, go. Take a break. Go. Something right here. Superstar Bill Dundee and Samantha, and this feud that you have with Cyberpunk Fire has absolutely gotten totally out of
Fire. It's Wolfie D, and you know it, and I'm going to prove it to you right now.
You're going to have to.
Because, to a great expense to me and Samantha here, I have a tape that some fan took about a month or so ago. I went to Louisville, Kentucky to see Jamie, right?
Now, wait a minute. Is this the tape I'm thinking about? You're talking about?
I don't know what you're thinking about, Lance. Plus, a lot would be hard. But here is the thing. I went to see Jamie. I'm standing talking to him. The next thing I know, Wolfie D rips my shirt off, and he's beating me up and everything. So I go to talk to Randy Hale. I said, brother, I'm going to have this boy arrested. Put him in jail. He's nuts. The next thing, bam, he's through. By the way, play the tape. You'll see. And this is exactly what happened. And this is why I'm mad at Wolfie D. And it's all your fault because I have a tape. And, brother, if we was in a court of law, they would find you guilty, boy.
Let's take a look now. Bear in mind, this is the tape that Bill Dundee provided.
Look at this idiot. Jamie doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Look at him. He attacked me. And Randy Hale's letting him do it. Tore my shirt off. I was standing there talking to my son. I actually said, how's your mama, Jamie? And the next thing I know, this boy's jumping all over me. Now, look, I'm a little hot, but don't you think I should be? Said Randy Hale, just put him in jail. The guy's nuts. He said, I'm not putting him in jail. He said, he's my friend.
He didn't say
Bill, look, he said right there.
You're starting right here telling this right from the very beginning. You said this is a tape that was shot by a fan in there. I want to tell you, I've heard about it. I found out this was part of a TV show that they were shooting up there. And did you hear me say part of? What you're looking at is Bill Dundee's version of it. This isn't all of it, Bill. You didn't tell the story, and that's not playing fair.
The picture's telling the story. Now Armstrong sticks his nose in. What did I do? I'm just trying to get a little justice around here, and he's telling me how big and bad he is. Randy taking up for Randy Hale. Know why? Because he rides up and down the road with Randy Hale. Now, see, the chair fell. I tried to catch it. Somebody threw his chair. I tried to catch it. Yeah. Now, look at this idiot. Now, she attacking me from behind again. Look, and you wonder why I'm mad? 3 people has jumped on me, Lance Russell. 3 people, and nobody done nothing about it. Now, look at this goof again. Look. Now, I ask you, is that justice? Frank Morrell's out to help. Now, look at this idiot, old bald-headed goat. He's out there telling me, so I just say, well, I'm leaving.
Well, I can tell you one thing. What you're seeing right there happened, but there was a lot that happened before that, Bill, and you got that tape edited and provided us with your version, because you want to put out the story only the way you want it heard.
That is the truth, Lance Russell, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And so is this. Wolfie D, listen up, you punk. I could have had the mask last week, but all your goofy friends run in, including my son, Jamie Dundee, to help you. Well, I went to the promoter, buddy, and I told Eddie Mahler, and he didn't want to do it because Randy Hill says, oh, no, we're not doing that. Well, you was overruled, punk. They did it, and the mask's at stake. So then Randy said, well, what Wolfie gonna win? He made me put up my van. Well, I ain't putting up no Mercedes, brother. I got me a Mazda van, and that's what's on the line. And when I beat you, I'm driving home in it because there's no way that you're going to win the title to that.
Dundee, yeah, it's me again. This is turning out to be a real bad dream, isn't it, superstar? See, I'm going to take everything you have. I'm going to take your blood. I'm going to take your money. And I'm going to take your house. This week, I'm going to start by taking your vehicle. When I'm through, there's going to be nothing left of the superstar.
You heard it right there, coming from Cyberpunk Fire, gonna take your car.
Well, you can call him anything you want, but this week, Wolfie D, I'm telling you, brother, that mask coming off because you ain't seen your best day that you can whoop the superstar. And like I said, Randy Hill, you're gonna have to do it, punk. You're gonna have to walk to the ring, and you're gonna tell him, Wolfie D, you are out of here because that mask is coming off.
Dundee's car going up against the mask of fire. What a challenge that is. Back in just a moment.
Back on USWA Championship Wrestling Tag Team action coming up. 514 pounds of combined weight. Wrestling out of Memphis, Tennessee, Motley Crue. And his partner wrestling out of Death Valley, here is Bad News. In their corner, Tasha Simone. Their opponent today coming in. A combined weight of 423 pounds. Fire and Ice, the Cyberpunk, the USWA Tag Team Champions. Downtown Bruno, the referee, to officiate this bout. Let's go over to L&D.
Thank you, Corey. Boy, the Cyberpunks. Things go dark, but then they light it up when they come in here. They got their work cut out for them today. They're going against a tough bunch in this Bad News and Motley Crue. And don't forget Tasha Simone over in the corner. Bruno trying to get things sorted out, get it down to 1 on each side. Fire is going to be starting for the Cyberpunks, and it's Motley Crue starting for their team. We are underway with USWA Championship Wrestling action. It's been quite a day already today. Don't forget, we still got a big, huge main event coming up later on.
Well, whatever the charges from superstar Bill Dundee about the Cyberpunks, that they are, in fact, PG-13, I can tell you one thing. They can wrestle, and they can wrestle together superbly. Motley Crue backing Fire into the corner. Right hand mid. Once again, Fire down on the floor, blocks the right. Comes around. Look at this slide. Takes him right down 1, 2, but he couldn't hold the shoulders down. Never did have that left shoulder down that good. And he got out of the way of it. Nice leg sweep taken out. Motley Crue step over toe hold. And look at that Fire take him down, Dave.
Great counter move by Fire as he took his feet right out from under him. It looked like Motley Crue was going to set up on him, and that could be one of those punishing holds that gets you in trouble. Here they double up here. Fire and Ice. The Cyberpunks down to the mat. Motley Crue, but can't hold it for a 3 count. Motley Crue, very stocky wrestler, got some good weight on him. And it's kind of hard to hold him down after a move like we've seen so far. The Cyberpunks. Man, what teamwork you will see from these guys.
Ice taking over from Fire, and he is in there ready to do battle with Motley Crue. Collar and elbow, high up in the middle of the ring, back to the edge, on the rope. Referee, downtown Bruno, and Motley Crue rips him with that forearm right in the chest. And, oh, did he backdrop him? And look at this, lit on his feet, drop kick, hooked that arm, took him over and down. Bad News has not been in the ring as yet. Motley Crue has been handling the entire thing up to this point. Shoveling off Ice over the top with the leapfrog. And here, Tasha out on the side. Her hand hooked the foot on Ice. And Motley Crue takes Ice over and down and takes the tag on Bad News. Judge Mantel used to love that short arm. That short scissors like that. Clothesline is what I'm trying to say. Forget the scissors. There's a belly-to-belly, and Bad News takes Ice right over and down.
Bad News has had better success than Motley Crue so far. He makes the tag. Motley Crue comes back in now and takes over. Ice up in the air. Drop down. Back across the knee. There's a cover 1. But the count stopped. Oh, the shoulder up. The left shoulder came up. That's what the referee said. Again, the backbreaker across the knee. Motley Crue goes for the cover on Ice. 1, 2. But again, Ice is able to kick out of it. This time it's a 2 count. One of the first calls for Ice. Motley Crue trying to keep him tied up and away from the corner. Ice was inching toward the tag on his partner Fire waiting over there. Instead, it's Motley Crue gets the tag on Bad News. Bad News. Ice fired him across the way. Ooh, he had moved, and there's that tag. Here's Fire going after both of them.
Whoa, and look at him go. He goes first after Bad News. Back to Motley Crue. Whips the Crue in. There's that spinning leg right smack on the mouth. And into the ropes goes Fire. Leapfrog. Bad News. Oh, you were thinking too much. You should have been wrestling it a little more and paying attention. But Motley Crue got in behind him. And look at here over the top. Referee wasn't looking. He flat took him over the top rope. And Fire goes back up to the top rope along with Ice. Here they go. 1 foot, 1 elbow, and down goes Bad News. 1, 2, 3, we got it.
Oh, boy, when they came off those ropes, Fire especially got in a great kick to the jaw. Bad News hit the mat, and there wasn't much doubt it was over at that point. We'll take a break. We've got lots more to come today in the USWA. Stay with us.
Okay, we're ready for our main event today on USWA Championship Wrestling Tag Team Action. Is our main event. Making their way to the ring area, the team of Thrasher and Mott, the Headbangers. Headbangers led to the ring by their manager, Brendan Baxter. Well, on the other side of the ring today, their opponents coming in at a combined weight of 461 pounds. Out of Memphis, Championship Wrestling. Let's go over to Lance Russell and Dave Brown. What about this music, guys?
Yeah, the music is terrible. Corey, what a good job today under trying circumstances. People have been after Corey, running him out of the ring. They sent the Moondog in there while Corey was still in. He's hanging in there tough.
I'm not really sure I could get used to this get-up of these headbangers. Now, I'll tell you one thing. I had not seen them up close. Saw them a few weeks ago for the first time, and I'm impressed with these guys, Dave. These guys are rugged. They can wrestle. But their get-up, that outfit, the change, the ears, the stuff, I tell you, I can't get used to it.
They are double tough, though. There's no doubt about it. Man, what a match we have for you on the main event here today. Brian Christopher starting for his team. And these headbangers, either one of them, Thrasher, Mosh, throw either one of them in. They're tough.
Better believe they are. These guys are just pure, raw wrestlers. They've got all of that. Brian Christopher pulls the kilt up on Thrasher, and he did it again on Mosh. No, wait.
That's Thrasher. He did it on Mosh.
Yeah, earlier. Yeah, it was. Difference of opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought it was pretty funny.
I thought it was kind of funny myself, but they didn't like it at all. Yeah, the headbanger's not happy about it. Tell you what it does, though. It's a smart move by Brian because it gets the headbangers a little bit out of focus. It gets them thinking about other things rather than the business that's ahead, and that business right now is Brian Christopher.
Mosh in there with Brian Christopher opening up. King on the outside, furthest away diagonally from us, and Thrasher over closer by. Whip into the corner, beautiful backdrop. Took him very high into the air, bounced him off the mat. And there's our walking warning right there. We always warn you, look out for Brandon Baxter. Not good news if you're the opponent of whoever he happens to be around.
Yeah, I wonder if you get Brian to turn that music down. He's violating the noise ordinance in the city, I think, here.
If you ask him, all he'll do is turn it up.
Yeah, better leave him alone, I guess.
But it is irritating. Nice move. Good move, Brian Christopher. Slips in for the arm bar. Headbanger Mosh saying hair, hair. It wasn't. And toward the corner of the tag to Jerry Lawrence. And the unified champ shoots that right hand out. That thing could turn into a lethal weapon. King rises up, collar and elbow with Mosh. Back over to the corner as Thrasher holding the arms of Lawler back. And Lawler gets out of the way as Mosh comes down and puts a knee right into his partner and knocks Thrasher down on the floor.
Yep, you can just see what the King was thinking. The count's at 5, 6. They got a 10 to get back in there. Brandon Baxter is down. The coach is yelling, regroup, regroup. It's hard to regroup when you look across the ring and see Jerry Lawler standing there as your opponent. Let me tell you. Let's see how well they have regrouped as Mosh is back in there. Thrasher over in the corner. The headbangers. Rugged tag team. Main event action here today. Oh, Lawler up in the air, body slam. And the headbanger drops down with the upper arm, but Lawler again is gone when he gets there. Lawler puts him in the headlock. Makes the tag. Here's Brian Christopher. Off the middle rope. Brian nails it.
Christopher grabs the head, bangs it into the top turnbuckle. And the headbanger's head was banged. And Christopher trying to take advantage of it, went in there too quick without any caution whatsoever, and he ended up nailing the turnbuckle. And now the headbangers have turned the tail, Dave. And with these kind of a guys, you don't want to give them an opening like that.
And this could be big trouble for Brian Christopher. Now what they're going to try. Oh, drop him on the top rope.
Boy.
Wow. They're going to try to keep him in there, keep him away from the tag. If they can keep one man in there and work on him, that's the plan they have obviously adopted here. Now Thrasher goes over to the ropes. He's up on the top, and look out, he springs off backwards, does a flip. Well, maybe he shouldn't have sprung backwards, because Christopher is gone when he got there. They make a tag. Here's Mosh coming in. Lawler is in. Lawler taking on both of them with a big right hand. Down to the mat goes Thrasher. Christopher in there. We got them all four in the ring. Christopher with Mosh. Lawler with Thrasher. Back in opposite corners. Brandon Baxter is up on the apron. Referee can't see him. Lawler is blocking the view. But he's holding Lawler up in the corner. While the headbanger works on it. There's the Moon Dog. Moon Dog just nailed Mosh with a trash can. That's it. That's a count of three. Brian Christopher got a 3 count on Mosh. After the Moon Dog had nailed him with that trash can, they're going to win it.
More comments in a moment. Boy, I wish those guys would take that boom box out of here. I got nothing against the music, but not when we're trying to concentrate on a wrestling match. So here they come back. Headbangers with Brandon Baxter. And on the other side, Brian Christopher, Too Sexy Brian, teaming up with the King, Jerry Lawler. And we will be ready to go. The first ball of action went into Lawler and Christopher. Now, we must be honest about it and say Moondog Spot came roaring out, popped Mosh right in the head with that can, ended up in a pin, and that's where it all came from. So we're back at it as the tough headbangers taking on Lawler and Christopher in the second ball.
Headbangers trying to even it up here, as we've been talking about them. They are definite tag team title contenders. They've already been involved in that situation a bit. But when you're in that situation as a tag team, you don't want to lose badly in any match to anybody, or you find yourself slipping down the ladder of contention. So that's where the headbangers are right now. Brian Christopher just nailed him coming in after the tag. Ooh, got him again. Headbangers Thrasher finds himself in some trouble back into the corner. Ryan, gets reversed, catches himself, and lets Thrasher run into the turnbuckles, and then pops him coming off there. Great move by Brian Christopher.
Christopher snapped there over the shoulder, dropped down on Thrasher with that ripping right hand. It was interesting, Dave, while we were still away on the break, the headbangers walked by the table with Brandon Baxter, and they were furious about the way that first ball went to Lawler and Christopher. The thought that went through my mind, how many times have we seen it with other wrestlers, and they wouldn't have thought a second time about it had Brandon Baxter banged somebody and they got a win out of it.
Just what I was thinking there. What we have to watch for now, and certainly what the King and Brian Christopher have to consider, is that Brandon Baxter might very well get involved, and then you got a 3 against that. Well, there as we speak.
Right on the tights, grabbing Lawler's tights. You're absolutely right. Yes, sir, it is like the old English saying goes. It depends on whose oxen is being gored. And the headbangers weren't happy that they being Lawler and Christopher, got help from the Moondog Spot first. Lawler whipped into the ropes. Mosh coming flying off with that flying clothesline and put Lawler down on his back. They are hot. And you could see an even situation at the end of this ball. It could be 1-1 because these two guys are really steamed about being defeated. And as Dave pointed out, they've had lots of notice from the title area, and they don't want any kind of a loss, whether it's title or whatever it is, going down on their record.
And right now they're choking to get it, not choking themselves as in a joke, but they are choking Jerry Lawler literally with a hand wrapped around the throat. There they go again.
but I was only joking.
Oh, my goodness. It's only illegal if you get caught. That's the theory from the headbanger that I've just been told by Frank.
Boy, I am sure glad to hear that open and out right here on the board. It kind of verifies everything that we've kind of thought and said or hinted at here and there.
Well, we've had that problem all day today. Early on, Men on a Mission were out here, and Mabel kept confusing the terms illegal and scientific.
Yeah, a scientific chokehold.
Yeah.
Right. Drop it with the elbow, and the King is out of the way. Brian Christopher trying to reach in to get the tag. He needs it as Lawler comes to his feet, but he never made it. Thrasher got right in front of him, and he hooked him in that front face lock, trying to keep him back. There's the tag, but now the referee was distracted by Moss, and he's not going to allow it. He's sending Christopher back out of there. That has got to be, as a participant, one of the most irritating things in the world. I understand the referee has a lot to do. He can't see everything, but that's got to be one of the most irritating things in the world.
I would think not only irritating, but also deflating. It's got to be very disappointing to work as hard as Lawler did to get in position, to reach as far as you can, like Brian Christopher did, to make the tag, and then because the referee didn't see it, it's all for naught.
One face lock on Lawler, and look at the King trying to walk him across there as he picks that weight up in the air and got one step, but it's one step closer to Christopher. Across the ring, he makes the tag on Brian, and this time again down Bruno. Over here trying to get Thrasher out of the ring, and the referee is not going to allow it. And Brian Christopher, you know his temper. He is about to explode, Dave.
Yep, Thrasher jumped in there. He saw that Lawler was inching closer to the tag. He jumped in there. Bruno turned his back to send him back out. Bruno really was doing what Bruno was supposed to do, but it didn't work out well at all for Lawler and Christopher. Lawler is still in there.
Lawler being held up and made easy meat for Thrasher, who steps in with a right hand right at the rib. Lawler grabs him down. Count of one, and that's all he could get. As Thrasher was able to work his way out. Moss was on the way to help, but actually Thrasher kind of got out of there himself. He now goes to a chokehold and was just one away from having the disqualification count fall on him. Christopher up on the rope, trying to stir the crowd up.
You take away the chokehold and Brandon Baxter, and referee missing a tag that's been all Lawler and Christopher. But boy, it sure hasn't looked that way as we've watched it because of those things that have happened. It has been the headbangers pretty much controlling the action here in the second fall.
They have had it their way throughout the second fall, and as Dave pointed out, it's surprising what a couple of little things can do in changing a situation. Lawler, as he was going down to his knees, had the presence of mind to rip a right uppercut. He busted Thrasher, put him right back down, and Moss able to get the tag. Good tag team work right there. As Thrasher hurt, got over to Moss, made the tag, and he's on a chokehold. And downtown Bruno comes over to break that up. The diagonal whip. Lawler, foot in the face.
Now he gets to the corner and he gets the tag, and here comes Brian Christopher, and the referee saw it, and here we go. A great drop kick by Brian Christopher. A right hand, another right hand. Headbangers flying all over the ring here. Christopher grabs them both. Heads together, he bangs their heads. One of them rolls out. That's Thrasher rolling out of the ring. He's down on the floor. In the ring, it's Moss. Christopher fires him into the rope. He steps over. He waits. Christopher with a super kick. Down to the mat goes Moss. He's over to the corner. The tag made by Brian on the King. Lawler climbing the ropes. He's up on the middle one. He's got the right hand ready. This might be it. Counted one. Brandon Baxter is in there. That's a disqualification. The victory is going to go to Lawler and Christopher. 2 straight falls. Interference in the first one, yeah, by the Moondog, but interference in this one by Brandon Baxter gets the headbangers disqualified.
Baxter over in the corner as Lawler comes back to move Thrasher back, rips the right on him. Brian Christopher has a hold of Brandon, as it ended up with a disqualification in the second fall. So Lawler and Christopher are going to win two. One, to be honest, with the help of Bulldog Spot, and two on a disqualification as Brandon Baxter felt the wrath of Brian Christopher, ripped with a right hand.
You notice the headbangers didn't go in there to rescue Brandon. They kind of waited till he was knocked back over this way, and then they said, okay, now we'll help you out of there, Brandon. Brandon really got hammered pretty hard by Brian Christopher and Jerry the King Lawler after the action.
So, a very, very good tag match as Christopher and Lawler ended up victorious in there, and I saw that chain hanging down from Brian's head. Gee, I wonder where that came from.
Yeah, I wonder if he nailed Baxter with that. I didn't see, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Ah, yeah, and out they go. More comments in a moment. A lot of things happen around the USWA, and periodically we're able to squeeze in. So why don't we do that right now and find out? Let's kick it around. USWA, take a look.
So Wolfie D jumps on the superstar. Jesse James Armstrong. JCI trying to get him separated. Oh, he's ripping the shirt off of him. Ray Morrell, Randy Hale's trying to stop him. JC White. JCI, Sir Wolfie D off the deep end here. The superstar. Listen. No, I'm not. You started this, you. You had a weapon on the guy on the dress. I should have died. I'd find out. Americans have the freedom of choice, and your choice for professional wrestling should be the American Wrestling Federation.
The American Wrestling Federation presents the Warriors of Wrestling. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. This is professional wrestling the way it should be. The American Wrestling Federation Warriors of Wrestling. My name is Mick Karsh, along with his lordship, Lord Alfred Hayes. We have an outstanding hour for you, ladies and gentlemen. You want... My goodness. We're going to be taking a look at the tag team champions of the world. Luscious Tommy Rich and Greg the Hammer Valentine, managed, of course, by Rico Suave.
And also during this superb hour of wrestling, we're going to see Cowboy Bob Orton. And in the main event, on one side will be the mighty Hercules, a powerful, powerful man.
And his opponent from Red Lake, Minnesota, a fellow Minnesotan, I might add, one of the great young lions in this sport, Chief Charlie Norris. A great matchup.
And how is it that a Chippewa native is in the tundra of this country?
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Ladies and gentlemen, as we went off the air last week, our colleague Ken Resnick was on the verge of a major scoop, trying to find out who, in fact, were being signed to wrestle here in the American Wrestling Federation. Your Lordship, I understand we have an update from Ken this week.
Yes, let's go to Redneck.
Thank you very much, Mick Karsh, and Your Lordship, Lord Alfred Hayes. Wrestling fans, I can confirm it is fact. President Paul Alperstein has done what many people thought to be impossible. Signed two of the biggest monsters in the annals of professional wrestling. They are signed. They are here in the American Wrestling Federation. In fact, I will have the pleasure of introducing them to you a bit later on. Enrico Suave, for what it's worth, I don't think you're going to be a very happy camper. Let's go back to ringside.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait a little bit later on this hour. We're going to find out who the superstars are coming to the American Wrestling Federation. Right now, we're going to take you back to the Lucky Eagle Casino, Rochester, Washington. Watch this matchup between Nails and Rick Thunder. This is why Nails is the most fine wrestler in the sport today.
Too bad.
Well, Your Lordship, to this point, we have seen great wrestling action. But now, you're taking a look at a man who can turn a tremendous facility like the Lucky Eagle Casino into a shambles. This is a man, a bona fide lunatic as far as I'm concerned, in Nails.
I
for that choice of word, lunatic. This fellow is a very controlled person. He may have slight disregard for the authority, one might say, that the referee wields here. However, he is a magnificent specimen of manhood.
Well, I'm not going to argue about his physical attributes, but I will tell you this. If you're looking for scientific wrestling, you're not going to see it with nails. This is what you're going to see. All-out mayhem. It's going to be a very tough night for young Rick Thunder.
Well, if you mean this fellow disregards the chivalry of wrestling, yes, he does. But at the same time, he does have great skills.
Well, I'll tell you something. He is going to unload. He is going to dish out every conceivable form of punishment imaginable to Rick Thunder. He doesn't care if he wins a match. He doesn't care if he's disqualified. If he hears those bones popping, those ligaments stretching and tearing, he's a happy man.
Yes, and I'll be a happy man, too, if I can hear them as well. The referee's going to have his hands full here. Oh, very nicely executed.
Well, he threw him 3/4 of the way across the ring by the throat, and now in with a blatant chokehold. He looks at the referee with absolute disdain. He does not care about officials. He has threatened everybody in the American Wrestling Federation, and now Rick Thunder, in my estimation, is in a very safe place. At least, no, I spoke too soon.
Look at the referee counting him, and he's going out to give him a little advice now. He's going to tell the youngster, get back into the ring. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, that's some way to tell a young man to get back into the ring. And where's he going now? The ring is the other way, Nails. I'm not sure. Oh, my goodness. He's picked up a stool from a... Oh, no!
Well, he just handed him a stool to sit on. Obviously, the youngster, Rick Thunder, was a little tired.
Come on, your lordship. He hit him in the head from 30 feet with a stool. Oh, right across the back with that steel chair. The referee has already lost control. Get him out of there.
I don't think the referee has lost control at all. I heard him ringing the bell just then. Well, for what?
For what? What are we? Are we looking at the same match here? Nails has gone ballistic here on young Rick Thunder. Now he's picking up some of the microphone and the camera cable here, and he's choking him.
Well, he might as well now. The referee has rung the bell, stopped the match. So why shouldn't he get his revenge? This youngster, Rick Thunder, has been provoking him all evening.
He provoked him. For heaven's sake, all he did was step into the ring and start wrestling, and now he's fighting for his life on the outside of the ring. Nails just stares at Rick Thunder. Look at this man.
Well, I must admit, he did go a bit too far there. But then again, he's a man.
Well, he's a man indeed. For heaven's sake, the referee did the right thing in throwing this match out, and now Nails hasn't had enough. He's hit him with a chair, he's choked him with a cable, and it's not enough for this madman. What's he going to do with him now? Pick him up.
A backbreaker. And a beauty, too. I thought you said he had no skill.
Don't touch that remote, because the American Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Valentine and Rich, are coming up next.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back we are with great American Wrestling Federation action. And I have to say once again, Lord Alfred Hayes, we saw proof positive why Nails is consistently fined, consistently disqualified. As far as I'm concerned, after his actions today, he ought to be thrown out of this sport.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I must say he did go a little bit beyond bending the rules.
Well, bending the rules and absolutely taking a man's career out are two completely different things. I guarantee you Paul Alperstein's going to take a long, hard look at that.
These are two fine athletes in the ring, and I don't think Alperstein should at all look a hard look at Nails. Now he's a fine fellow. He's just a little misguided, that's all.
AWF Tag Team Champions.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Washington, weighing 240 pounds, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Greg the Hammer Valentine, one of the true legends in this sport, and I don't mean him, Rico Suave. Valentine, along with Luscious County Rich, the current American Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions of the world. Very smart, very arrogant, but I have to admit they get the job done in the ring, demolishing the competition, and you have to wonder, Lord Alfred Hayes, with all the talk, all the scuttlebutt about who Paul Alperstein might be bringing to the American Wrestling Federation, if Valentine and Rich are at all concerned.
I don't think they're concerned at all. They're a very, very able team. And Rico Suave
Russia's Tommy Rich over the years, ladies and gentlemen, has actually been on both sides of the fence. There was a time when he was one of the great scientific wrestlers in this sport. He opted to throw the rule book out the window, and I guarantee you, associating with the likes of Rico Suave and Greg the Hammer Valentine, it's going to be a long time before he goes back to that rule book again.
I think what has happened to Tommy Rich is he has matured. He's become a much better wrestler. He knows exactly what the opposition is. He does his homework all the time, and so does Swerver, for that matter, who runs the family. But I think they're going to find tough opposition here, especially in Tommy, I beg your pardon, Steve Dodd.
Out of my way.
Well, you can't help but get out of your way. Rico Suave, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the walking hemisphere of professional wrestling. In the ring right now, let's take a look and see what luscious Tommy Rich can do with Steve Dahl. These are, again, the American Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions of the world.
One thing to watch for from Steve Dahl is he has a lightning dropkick, a very, very good offensive weapon. Maybe we'll see that come into play.
Well, if Russia's... Oh, a shot right between the eyes by Tommy Rich there. I was about to say, if Rich and Valentine are taking Steve Dahl lightly, it could be a very, very big mistake. This is an accomplished athlete. Ducks the clothesline attempt. In from right. Oh! Rich held on. He's a very happy man. There's that drop kick you were talking about. Incredible. And speaking of incredible, ladies and gentlemen, let's take you to this week's Warriors Corner with Tony Atlas and the Birdman, Coco Beware.
By now, the whole world and all the wrestling fans know that Coco and myself were cheated out of the American Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship. And that's the most prestigious belt anybody can have. And we feel that we got the right for another shot due to the fact that that cheating no-life Virgil didn't give us a fair shake.
Well, I have to concur with Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.